our problems passionately, lovingly, and has a clear vision on where America should be, finally. And a long time we haven't had that since Ronald Reagan. Because Ronald Reagan certainly had a vision for the country, that shining city on a hill. Do you consider your city to be that shining city on a hill? Does it look like that? I love the speeches of Ronald Reagan. I love that speech. We need to have that shining city on a hill. We have to have that prime example. But we have to all get involved with that and to be able to embrace that and not be afraid. A lot of people just don't do anything because they're afraid of what people are going to think, what people are going to say. Look what they say about others, yes. Like I say, it's not easy doing the hard stuff. It's not for the faint of heart. Be bold, be courageous, be passionate. Get out there and do something. If you love your country, give back. Give back to her. She's there. She's waiting for you to do something. And it really is supposed to be a proactive country where we can get involved. And there's things we can do. Not just at the ballot box. That's good. That's important, but that's not the only thing that we can do. You got to update yourself on the subject matter. Update it on your candidate. Hold them accountable. Hold them responsible. Don't buy into, just the words. Find out what they've actually done. And then vote. Don't take people's word for it because the mainstream media threw it at you. Thank God there's programs that actually will walk you through some of this stuff to help you understand some of the most important things. Okay, Mitch McConnell, segueing a little bit here, is coming out and basically saying, okay, folks, just be warned here. He said yesterday, and he's raising the possibility that Republicans may not be able to repeal and replace Obamacare. But he said that action will be needed to stabilize healthcare markets. He said, unfortunately, this healthcare issue has been a very divisive and partisan issue. The West Kentucky Republican said at a Rotary Club meeting in Paducah, he goes into the Rotary. He says, if my side is unable to agree on an adequate replacement, then some kind of action with regard to private health care insurance markets must occur, he said. McConnell delayed a vote on the Senate's version of health care legislation last month after as many as 9 Republicans said they could not support it. And days earlier, the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimated that the Senate health care plan would leave an additional 22 million Americans without coverage in a decade. So McConnell reportedly had floated the possibility of working with Democrats to salvage the health care bill. But he told the Rotarians from his Rotary Club, folks, that's what they called Rotarians, yesterday, that taking no action, and listen to what he said here, taking no action is not an alternative. But he says, we've got this insurance markets imploding all over the country, including in this state. The state of Kentucky. It is imploding, and it's something that has to be recognized, and there has to be, I pray, last minute something, has to be some bipartisan effort that they can agree on. They can repeal, they can replace later, but something, because it's not working right now. Insurance companies are bailing. There's people without insurance. It has to be fixed. And it has to be replaced if it's the bottom line. And they said if it didn't need to be replaced, then it wouldn't have to have all of these meetings. And it can't be perfect. It wasn't perfect for what the Democrats put out. It's not going to be perfect what the Republicans put out. But gosh, guys, come together for America's sake. Put America first. The people who voted you in put you first. And believe me, they're gonna remember all of this. And they're going to remember your name and how you voted. And we're watching very, very closely. Folks, keep your senator accountable for all of this to find out how they're voting and what their input is on this whole matter. No, I don't want to hastily pass something just to pass something, because that's how we got Obamacare. And I think that's why a lot of folks on both sides, because it is both sides, they can't come to some agreement, but I think are worried that it would be worse. But I'm like, God, what could be far worse than Obamacare? But they just don't want egg on their face. And again, what they're worried about, if it's not perfect, which it's not going to be, then they're worried they're not going to be able to get their seat and they're not going to be voted in again. And so they're just worried about power. That's the thing. Once you get into Washington, it's all thinking about now the next vote, the next time that your chair's up for re-election. You got to be able to sell it back home and keep people accountable. But I'm just saying, call your senator right now and tell him how important this health care thing is to you. Tell him about your medications. Tell him about your premiums. They record every single phone call at the state capitol. You need to be able to call Capitol Hill. Call them. Get the toll-free number. Call your senator. Call your state representative. Let them know where you stand on that. And if all of you do those particular things, I think they will do the right things, but they need to still hear from you. Not a lot of people, back in the day, people did it. I'll never forget when Chuck would kick off the show from the Telford Hotel in White Springs, Florida. We used to get calls from Capitol Hill, and they used to tell us that we burned up the switchboard to have your people stop calling. Stop calling. I mean, can you imagine? Now, they've been able to improve the phones. They might keep on ringing, but somebody will eventually do it. They'll call it, and your senator will get the message. They transcribe the stuff. They write the information down. They record the information. The information is actually filed away to whatever that complaint, whatever that concern is. So I'm saying that's the kind of involvement, too. If you're a shut-in and you can't get around, you can't go out and stuff like that, whatever your situation is, even if you're listening in a nursing home, I'm saying you still can write letters if you're able to do that, still dictate through electronics, still things that you can do. It's amazing what we can do. Just use your mind. Just use your mind. That's all. And by doing so, you keep yourself busy and you're doing good things around the country. And our country needs you. If enough of us get together to do that, we can make that change happen. And look at the last election, okay? To get Donald Trump in there, when push came to shove, people got out there, got the vote done, got it done when all the money, okay, pretty much in Vegas, Atlantic City, Biloxi, Mississippi, all the chips were on Hillary Clinton. They wanted her, the establishment. Democrats, Hollywood, all the money, all the celebrities, Robert De Niro and Madonna and all these folks with all that kind of money threw all that money out, and still Donald Trump won. That's a beautiful thing, folks. There's still some people with some common sense in our country. That's why I say there's still hope for America. There's still hope for us to get back on the footing, but we still have work to do, not just because Donald Trump is in there. He's going to be able to make all that difference. We got to continue fighting the wars around us. The media war is there. When you find fake news, let them know about it. Get involved, folks. That's my message. We'll be back right after this.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on, to trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows, but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page. Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant. If not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Your thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities, and planting something allows others to enjoy the benefits. At For the People, our mission is simple. Give you the news that matters with good old-fashioned common sense, mixed with a conservative point of view. Simply log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Thanks for your support. Keith Allen and For the People. Starbucks having a understaffing problem. I don't know when the last time you've been to Starbucks and how happy the woman or the man who waited on you on the counter making your latte or your coffee, but there's an issue going on, and at coworker.org, it's an online platform that's allowing workers to organize around certain issues, and surveyed was 184 Starbucks employees, and 89% said that staffing was a problem at their locations over the past 3 months. And the findings back the testimony of more than a dozen employees who spoke with Business Insider in May about understaffing issues at the coffee chain. There's no customer connection. When we're busy and understaffed, as we are, a Starbucks worker told Business Insider at the time, put another person on the floor and we can't talk. I've had people call the store to complain that we've seemed rushed and upset. The stress is overwhelming. So in June 2016, Jane Prater, a Starbucks employee, created a coworker.org petition that said a lack of labor is killing morale at the chain. And despite employee protests, the company said it did not see the need to make any major changes. Starbucks didn't immediately respond to Business Insider's request for comment on the most recent coworker.org survey that hasn't changed its staffing policy since complaints began last year, in a decision that many workers disagree with. They cut our labor in half last year, and many times there only be one barista on the floor at a time. And one employee told Business Insider it's still the case now. Well, now you understand why tipping your barista, the folks who makes your coffee at Starbucks, it's expensive already.